It's been a good week for money coming into Oakland. Now for updates. Patriots Way Bridge. We have full funding. Bids are out, we're out this week. And thank you to, it was working hard. I was working with the chairman of the NJDOT, our commissioner, and really, she gets all the thanks. The bridge is fully funded. We were supposed to have a meeting on October 16th in Rampo River Reserve to talk about the speeding that's occurring and also talk about the two gates on either side of the bridge. Unfortunately, the association canceled the meeting, so we'll get the message out another way. And as far as the PFAS and PFOA water update, we're on schedule. The units are coming in November. All the water should be remediated and back to regulations of the state by February with the carbon filters. As I've always said, the water hasn't changed. It's the restrictions that have changed. And now about that you've all been talking about the Class B Recycling Center. So I thought I would give a report before everybody asks questions, so maybe you will have the answers before you stand up. And then if you have questions, we can answer the questions for you. The Bergen County Utility Authority held a public meeting on September 28th, 2023 for an amendment to its solid waste management plan for a proposed Class B recycling center, and it was by the applicant, Oakland Materials LLC, to be located at 342 West Oakland Avenue. We were all informed at the same time. The facility would process up to 900 tons of concrete, brick, asphalt, asphalt-based roofing scrap, that's scrap, wood waste, and topsoil per day. That's 900 tons per day. You can still watch it on YouTube. I don't know if it's still on the channel. I don't know if they're still broadcasting on channel 77 on Optimum and channel 2145 on FiOS. Next steps. Comments and letters of opposition to the BCUA and approval is needed by both the Bergen County Board of Commissioners and the New Jersey DEP. They have not received approval yet. I am working very hard to stop this facility from coming into Oakland. I spend every day talking to people who can help. I've spoken to elected officials in towns where there are similar facilities. I encourage all residents to send me letters, notes, memos of opposition to be compiled together to send to the BCUA and to the Bergen County Board of Commissioners. That's very important. I prepared a petition requesting as many residents as possible to sign. Comments in writing will be accepted until October 28th. And I do have petitions, and I saw some going around. And on my petition, I signed with my husband. We are the first two on this petition. The facility was first proposed in 2017 and remained dormant. The Bergen County Board of Commissioners, then called freeholders, never acted upon it. At that time, a requirement for public hearing was not in effect for the municipalities. However, in 2019, the New Jersey DEP issued new directives, which now requires a public hearing at the host municipality with time for public comment, thus the September 28th meeting. At that meeting, the applicant, who is a private entity and not the BCUA, claimed they have Highlands exemption. Now this is very confusing because to date, we are unable to obtain a copy of the alleged 2020 Highlands exemption. In fact, our planning board planner, Steve Leiden, filed an Oprah request for the document, and it doesn't seem to be available. It is a mystery because the property in question is in the Highlands Region Preservation Area, which is subject to rules and regulations adopted by the New Jersey DEP to protect our water resources and other natural resources. And the subject property is across West Oakland Avenue from single-family dwellings. The proposed facility's hours of operation are 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday, and starting at 7 a.m. on Saturday, with tandem axle dump trucks coming and going. There are so many unanswered questions that we could not get answers for at the meeting. The applicant claims they are exempt from our noise ordinance, which is also very questionable. What about traffic and our roads? Have you ever tried exiting 287, that's Route 287 southbound, at the base of Skyline Drive? What about septic use, security? There aren't sewers there, it's septic. Septic use, security, proximity to the Ramapo River and Potash Lake, too close to residential dwellings, water safety, dust and air pollution. I am working to stop this facility from coming into Oakland, but I need your help. Continue to send me your letters of opposition and sign the petition. I have it here tonight. I will leave it out. I hope that all of you will consider signing it in opposition and leave it here, and we're collecting all of them. Take a copy, go to your neighbors. We need all comments, letters of opposition, and signed petitions done by the next council meeting, which is October 25th. Even though the deadline is October 28th, we want everything by the 25th so we can collate, compile everything together. And then we can timely submit the letters and petitions before the October 28th deadline. We must all work together to oppose this Class B recycling center so that we can stop it. And with that, since the girls are not here yet, I'll entertain a motion to open to the public.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wish to speak? Oh,
Hi, I'm Gabriella Talamini, and I submitted
you have to give your address, even though we know who.
Seminole Ave. I submitted a design for the mural contest, and it was due like May 26th, and we were told that we were gonna find out like the results of it June 15th, but it's like a lot past June 15th.
So the question is, you want to know
like
what's going on with the
yeah.
mural contest? That's a good question. Okay, we'll get answers to you. Okay, thank you.
How you doing? Dave Richardson, 320 Rample Valley Road. I came down because of that transfer station that you were talking about. I'm glad to hear that the town does not want this thing here.
No,
Nobody does.
well,
And I'm glad that, that this is going to not go through.
I'm
I
going
hope,
to
anyway.
leave a pen out there too.
So, all right, can I get a copy of that? And
Yes,
I'll make copies and.
yes, I have, I made a whole bunch of copies.
I'll go around my neighborhood and,
And you can take that around and then either bring the petition to my office,
okay.
because I'm gonna compile them all together, or you can bring them to Borough Hall,
You're-
whatever's easiest.
You're in the Copper Tree Mall now, right?
Yes.
Okay, very good, thank you.
Thank you for taking that. Hi.
Hi, thank you for all the information. That covered almost all my
Well, that's
questions.
why I did that.
Irene Burke, 5 Hannah Road.
Your name, I'm sorry?
Irene Burke, B-O-U-R-K-E. My only thing is, I've been talking to a lot of my neighbors for the last couple of days who knew nothing of this, even though I've been blowing up the Facebook best I could. Could you use the reverse 911 to let people know we're coming to their houses with these petitions?
That's a good idea, thank you.
Okay, good.
Just shoot you probably.
So they won't be frightened when you go to the ring.
I'll bring my dog.
Hi,
Hi,
I'm Will Lanzetti. I live on Chickasaw Drive.
hi.
Great, thank you, Mayor Swager, for that summary for that. I was going to talk about the recycling facility. I think the people in town and I think the people watching on TV really need to be able to quantify it and what this means. I mean, if you look at 900 tons a day, it's 234,000 tons a year. That's material going in, but material has to come out. You know, if you're looking at that and you're putting that in pounds, like that's almost, 900 million pounds a year coming through our borough, going through the town. That's, if you put it into a dump truck, 14-foot, 14-ton tandem dump trucks, that's over 30,000 of them a year. So the question is how is this allowed? How is this possible? And this is something that I think really first and foremost go through and fix the problem, make sure it doesn't happen. But how did we sort of get lambasted by this? I was like, how does it happen? I don't know. I mean, I know the sanitation industry, although it says sanitation, maybe they're not always the cleanest in how they operate, but, I think really we need to understand how this happened and how to stop it, because it's not just traffic, it's pollution, it's water runoff. You can't grind stone without water. Where is that water coming from? Is that coming from our wells?
Where's it going?
How much water?
Where's it going?
Where is it
That's
going?
a better
Is it
question,
going to
where's
the
it
river?
going?
Is it going back to the drinking water? And, you're grinding concrete, and I can tell you from someone who's been in the chemical industry for decades, concrete has silica. Silica's gonna go up in the air. No matter how much water, you're never gonna capture that silica. So where is that silica end up going? It's gonna go to the residents there. It's gonna go across, hell, it's gonna go to the rec fields. It's not that far. This stuff gets carried. I mean, the kids are playing out there. Think of the noise. I mean, everybody who goes down 287, you see that quarry there. That's essentially what they're gonna put there. It's a little mini quarry. I mean, so we put all these things together and say, we don't need this in our town. We don't need this. We're not getting a pass-through. I mean, our taxes aren't gonna go down from this.
Correct.
I mean, come on,
Would you take a
for you to
petition?
say, all right, we're all gonna get 10,000 a year off our taxes? That ain't happening. No.
Would you
So-
take a petition back?
Yeah, absolutely, I
Thank
will,
you.
but I just wanted to put this out there and say this, like, it needs to be done, and the people need to understand, and there needs to be something further that the borough can do to stop it, not just wait for the DEP to grant them access. I mean, hell, we can't even get a Wawa in town because it didn't have enough parking spots, and now we're talking like 30,000 trucks a year coming through our town. You guys can't stop it? That's really, that's really something.
We're gonna do our best to stop it.
Well, that's my question, is what do you mean best? Like, how is it that the DEP can grant them that permit, yet the town, I know they didn't, but if they did, how can you not say that, it's not within our ordinances?
We
That's
should
just my
move for an
question.
injunction is what we should do.
Well, take a
Agreed.
petition before you sit down.
Very well.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. And either drop it off at my office or Borough Hall.
Hi. Hi, everybody. This is my first time ever coming to a meeting, hopefully not my last. My name is Jennifer Enright, and I live at 92 Monhegan. I'm his neighbor on Chickasaw down the street.
I'm on here, right, okay.
So I came here really as a fact find because I'm also a realtor in town. I'm a mom, I have a family, but I wanted to see how this was going to affect our town. And I've seen a lot of things that's been going on and the educational part that's affecting people coming and wanting to move to our town. I want to make sure that this is not also going to, again, I'm here as my mom, or as a mom, I want to hear how it's going to affect. And I think just from the few minutes that I've been here and I've talked to Mr. McCann and listened to you, I don't think it's good for our community. I can't, nobody's given me one benefit. I haven't heard one benefit.
That's right.
Just all the negatives. And I understand that Bergen County is saying, okay, like Oakland, but we are the residents of Oakland. So if we all come together and we say no, it won't be.
Will you take a petition?
I will take a petition,
you.
but I also think that maybe you should do something my ask is on your website that the petition can be online as well. I'm gonna walk around and I want you to let people know, but if it's something that they can go online and it's easy to just, if we're not gonna get everybody, not everybody's gonna open the door. And everybody needs to know what's going on. We can't base it on the Oakland Moms Group to educate our community, and unfortunately, that's what happens. We need to be fact-finding.
You
So
can do it
I
on the
don't mean, I
website.
know you all know this, but I just saw what happened with the Board of Ed, and I'm scared about other things hurting our community, and I think that this is something that can get out of control. And we need, the more people need knowledge. Knowledge is power. So get the story out. If I need to walk up and down my neighborhood, I will do that. I'm going to take.
I'm gonna call you.
But please, just do as much as you can to let
On
everybody
the
know.
website, somebody took all my petitions.
We're passing it around.
Oh, good.
Okay.
And we could put it on the website? We will put it on the website.
Okay, it needs to be on the website. That's
That's what we're
today.
going to do.
That's today's technology. We'll walk around, we'll get it all, but
We need
every
both.
corner needs to be manned.
Yes.
Mayor, Could I just suggest maybe we suspend the public session, get the kids out
Are
of here?
all of them here? I saw them still walking in. Are there any more girls coming? Dan? Any more girls coming?
We're all good.
Okay, then we'll stop. Hold off. Say what you're going, write it down what you're
So I
going to
make a
say.
motion, we suspend.
Temporarily.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now for something really great. Our girls, softball. It's softball. And we have Dan.
I'm here.
And Councilman, I was gonna say Councilman Saliani. He always helps.
I wanted Mike to, Mike.
Good, thank you very much, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Probably locked
on.
You wanna call? Okay. These are the winning the fourth grade Bergen County Girls Softball League Championship. And before you leave, can I take a picture to send to my granddaughters who play softball in Chicago? One's a pitcher and the other granddaughter is a catcher. So if you let me take a picture with you, then I can send it off to my granddaughters. You ready?
Yes. Sure. Well, first, I want to call Coach Steve Snyder.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, I appreciate it.
Senior Assistant Coach Doug McGowan.
He's fooling around with it.
Assistant
It's
Coach
not in
Jay.
order. Wait a minute, it's not in order.
I got a whole shuffle.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jay Advincula.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Assistant Coach Paul, oh, I'm going to mess this up, Shadarigan.
Thank you.
Great.
All right. Now, the fun part, we get to call up the players. Aubrey LaBianco.
I told you.
1 second, Steve.
So we're playing a little game,
We're
your
playing
certificate.
cards. Audrey. Audrey McGowan.
Audrey LaBianco. LaBianco, there's two Audreys there.
Aubrey.
Aubrey, excuse me.
B. Steve. Let him sort
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, down it.
Sorry about that. Audrey McGowan.
Now we have one.
Aubrey, come back up here. Steph.
Yes.
By Louis.
Stand over here.
Lee.
Ladies. Ladies.
Lee, sorry. Charlotte Snyder. Chloe Shadarian.
Congratulations.
Elsie Edwards. Oh, Elise Edwards, I'm sorry.
That's Elise, right? Congratulations.
Haley Bozak. Kayla De Niro.
I don't have it. I got it. Oh, you got it. Well, let's take it.
Isabel Fazula. Joyce Leon. Kara Advincula. Good job, guys. And Serena Finari.
Who's the pitcher and who's the catcher?
picture. There's
I'm
a lot of
standing
pictures.
with you when we take the picture.
Coach, get your team up here for a
Trophy
picture.
on the floor. They can bring the
So,
trophy.
girls want to bring the trophy up?
Bring the trophy up.
Someone bring the trophy?
Get the pictures done. Pictures.
The pitches and the catches.
Yeah.
There was a few.
You're not a catch. Yes, I am. Pictures.
Everybody proud and around the
Squish
way.
in, squish in, squish in, squish in.
Come over here, man.
I think everybody's climbing in, is that
The other
okay?
side. Yep.
Everybody.
He's in.
Oh, are you in?
Oh, I think so. We'll manage. I know. Haley, stop scrolling.
Thank you. Before we let the girls go, Commissioner Legato.
I just want to say one thing, I'll be very, very brief, I promise you. Mayor and Council, thank you so much for inviting us here tonight. You have to understand, this is a very big deal. These girls understand if they win, what happens. They come to Mayor and Council meeting. It's an exciting thing for them, so thank you all very much for your support. Last but not least, I want to thank the mayor for what you do. I know you're a softball mom, okay? We see you at games, we see you at our clinics. The girls know you're there. It means a lot to them.
Thank you.
So I just want to, this day's special for us and our program. So to everyone here, thank you very much for inviting us. And to these girls, let me just tell you something, the comeback queens.
Oh.
I couldn't make every game, but I would get reports. They're losing 5-1, they're losing 6-2, and then in the end, they would always win. They always won, and I was so proud of this group. So to you girls, thank you very much for making this happen.
I'm gonna go down.
Go ahead, follow across.
You're welcome to stay.
Congratulations, girls. Good job. Great job.
Good job. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Good job. Thank you all. See you next year, right? Coming back next year, right? Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations to you all. Good job. See you next year, right? See you next year.
I'm sorry.
Before we reopen, there was a request from, it's from the Arts Committee, if you could just answer about the mural. Yeah, that was a request from up here, before we reopen to the public.
It's actually on my list of things to report today, because actually, the deadline is this Friday. It was moved several times at the distribution of the contest to the schools. It was sent, but they never actually distributed it, so we were asked to extend the time frame. And because it landed in the middle of the summer, they decided to push it into the fall, give everybody enough time to get their submission in, and that final deadline is this Friday, October 13th. So after that, once we have everything, our next meeting is actually the following week, and then our committee will select the top 3, just directing you because I know it's your concern. We'll select the top 3 of all of the submissions that we have. Those submissions then go back here to the mayor and council, and you guys will get to select the final selection for the mural.
Thank you.
Does that, we're good? I hope that
Is that-
answers it. Yeah,
okay?
thank you. And thank you for your patience, too.
Your dad said you should answer.
You can go, you can go.
You said you don't have to sit here all night. Okay, motion's open to the public.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're back open to the public. Oh, yeah. I thought you walked out with the girls.
Ann Cedar, 33 Winding Ridge. I was curious if there is anything we can do legally to stop the plant or delay it or whatever until we can figure out how to stop it. Has that been explored at all?
Thank you. This is not, an answering question, so I'm just writing down everything that people are saying, and then go back.
Dave Laganella from 350 West Oakland Ave.
Hi.
How are you? I read their application, and it said that they notified the neighbors. I am their adjacent neighbor, and
You were never
I'm never notified. If it wasn't for Facebook, I wouldn't even know that this was happening.
So you're at 350 West Oakland?
I'm their neighbor.
You know, and I asked that because on planning board, they're supposed to notify everybody within the 200 feet.
Absolutely, and they said they did. In the application, they said they did, and I was never notified.
Thank you for telling me that. And your name is?
David Laganella.
Thank you.
Yep.
That's good to
Obviously, I
know.
oppose the whole situation.
And you'll sign the petition.
And I
Will
already
you
did.
take a petition?
I will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? Sheila Boylan, 16 Walnut Street. As far as this recycling center, I have to commend the mayor and the council for trying their best to stop it. Because I can't imagine if I lived on West Oakland Avenue, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., listening to trucks rumbling by. And they have to spray the dust because the dust is contaminated, but the water won't be. I'm not an engineer, I'm not a scientist, I'm just a plain old person. And it's across from Potash Lake, it's across from the river. I can't, wherever that petition is, I would like to sign it.
It's around, it's going around. And there's some blank ones.
Yeah,
to
I
add.
had some other issues, but I don't know if this is the time or we leave it to.
This is the time.
Yeah, because I wrote a list.
That's okay. That's what it's for.
Sorry. Mr. Commit, my neighbors came in, my new neighbors, with backhoes and
Excuse me, on Walnut Street.
on Walnut Street 14, they re-landscaped the property. Oh, it looks beautiful on their side. My side is flooded. And the poor person on the other side, it's flooded into her pool and her downstairs. Me, I've only got a 30 by 15 pond in my backyard now, which I never had. I'm there 43 years. I've been told it could take years to take care of the problem. Mr. Kemick has been there, he's filed all the papers, he's done whatever he can do for me, and I appreciate that. But, I'm very, very particular about my property, and the only thing I have going for me is a nice piece of property. Not anymore. That's one of my issues, and I don't know how it's gonna get resolved or will be resolved. But, I wanna make it on record.
I wrote it down.
Yeah, and the other thing is I keep wondering about the tennis courts. Linda, you were a tennis player at one time.
Yes, I was.
And I've been told that there's a grant. But for years and years and years, we've been told, oh, the town hasn't done it. Now, last year, they told me there's a grant.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Okay. Well, please answer. I'd love to know, because I'm getting tired of tripping over the lump and the.
Yeah, I know, it's to go out to bid.
Okay, but there is a grant?
100%, yeah.
Okay.
We're waiting for that to bid, yeah.
Okay, all right. That would be nice. I enjoy my tennis still, and I would like to continue.
Oh, so you didn't switch over to pickleball?
Oh, no. Nope. Sorry, not doing it. No, I'm still running, and that's fine. The other thing I wanted to ask is Frank Scardo. Poor Frank. The tree we planted for him and the plaque initially got thrown over in Sandy, I think, the pine tree. Then they planted another one. And now with the sign there, I don't see his plaque. And is there still a tree for poor Frank? And nobody here probably is old enough to remember Frank Scardo.
We know.
Come on. God bless him. He took raccoons, squirrels, and God knows what out of my house. And I
Councilman
would like him to-
Saliani will follow up with the shade tree.
I would really like to.
Where's the location? Can you help me
Huh?
with that? Help me where the location is?
It was pretty much next to where the sign is.
Where's the sign?
Where is it? In the park, Veterans Park.
Veterans Park, okay, thank you.
Yeah, the first one was a pine tree, and that went over in whatever storm, and then they put another tree, and it died. Frank is not doing well here. But I'd like to see something done. And I might like to talk to you about
Yes,
joining
please.
us.
Did he die?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he died.
We are looking for members, so please join us.
I know. And being a tree hugger, I would like to get involved.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Go ahead. No, you go.
I swore I wasn't in this hall. Elizabeth Geisbers, 35 Lakeview Terrace. As everybody else here, I'm totally concerned about what's going to happen to the environment, what's happening with the recycling center. I leave for work at 6 a.m. every morning and I travel West Oakland Avenue. I'm here to tell you, if the police want to make money, they should just park there because the
I'm
traffic.
sorry, where?
West Oakland Avenue. Traffic is
West Oakland.
horrific. The people do not stop as it is. Doty Road and West Oakland Avenue. There should be, they think it's a roll through. They just, I can't tell you how many times I've almost gotten hit and it's dark at 6 a.m. I can't imagine putting trucks in at that time until, for 12 hours a day. Can the DOT also be involved in this? I don't know.
Can you write that in a letter to me, so we have it in writing?
He's the writer, I'll have him do it for
Could you
me.
write that, please?
That's my secretary.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
No, he's a Marine. No, he's a second. Hello. Matt Goodrich, 72 Hiawatha. I don't care about the recycling plant. Right, so I was the recycling coordinator here in town for 3 years. I know a lot about recycling plants. You answered all my questions. At first, I wanted more answers. Now I don't need any. We shouldn't do it. It's probably the best idea. But let me switch over to political real quick. So I'm hearing rumors that the Republicans apparently in town here have a master plan that if they win the election, that they're gonna, move some people and a councilman's gonna become the borough attorney. Then other people are gonna get appointed, and then the whole planning board will get wiped out with new people who they want. You guys can't answer me, but if you're gonna tell me no, so that won't happen if you guys all get elected 100%.
I have not heard a word of that.
Okay, I'm just curious, because if it's going around, the electorate should know what the plan is before they vote. So that's all. Thanks.
Chaparuso, 392 Rampo Valley Road. This whole recycling thing is terrible, all right? Environmentally, real estate value-wise, how about just the culture of Oakland, all right? I go by Tilcon today, now that's a mountain and it's set back, and there's dust all over the place. What's gonna happen to all the homes, all right? What happens when we have the carnival? You all live here in the valley of the Rampo Mountains. How many flags have I put back up because it's so damn windy and signs and stuff? That stuff's just gonna spread all over, not just into Oakland, but over into Pompton Lakes. You say it's a private entity. I wanna know who the guy owns it. I wanna know where he lives. He obviously doesn't live in Oakland, because if he lived in Oakland, he wouldn't pull this crap on us. He wouldn't want that to happen, all right? He's obviously not part of the fabric of Oakland.
No.
All right?
The name of the company is Oakland Materials LLC. They happen to also own the building that's there now.
That was for sale some years ago. Okay, there's businesses at that place. We know who the owner is, don't we, Dave?
Yeah, we should.
All right? You guys should research who the owner is, okay? I'm just saying, all right? This ain't right, and this ain't one of these situations in our backyard. You know the number of rats, and I'm talking about four-legged rats, and I'm not talking about the two-legged rats behind. You know how many rats are gonna come out of this? You ever knock a building down? I have. The rats, the mice, they all come running. And where are they gonna run into? The dumpsters. So we're gonna get rats from Hackensack, Paramus, and all over Bergen County here, okay? It's a perfect environment, the water's there. So we're gonna have a rat issue, we're gonna have a pollution issue, we're gonna have a quality of life. Constant banging from 6 in the morning to 6 at night. I love the statistics the gentleman shared, okay? The truck's going, okay, come on, we know these guys. Oh, maybe 60 trucks. My ass, it's gonna be 60 trucks. It's 120 in and probably 180 out. And again, we're back to the water situation, and the water's a big issue. This is Highlands preservation, it's not regular Highlands, all right? So I don't know how they could get approved. John might know if there is. I mean, I know that when it comes to Highlands preservation and it comes to building, they get over with it because of low-income housing or affordable housing or co-op, whatever you want to call it, all right? But this is an atrocity, all right? Let's all come together. This is not a political thing. This is a culture thing about Oakland. We gotta join together. You know, everybody knows somebody, all right? Somebody's gotta know somebody through somebody, these guys at Bergen County that sit on the board, Tedesco and all them. That's who we have to go after, okay?
That's right.
And the son of a gun that owns that property, he definitely doesn't live in Oakland, because he wouldn't, if he lived in Oakland, he would never think about doing this.
How many acres you think, what are we talking about?
2.03 acres.
How many?
2.03 acres.
Right.
That's a lot.
That's what they said.
No, 2.03.
Wait a minute.
Two
How's that
acres.
possible?
2.3.
Now what they said?
So listen, it'll be a mountain. It's gonna be a mountain.
That's what they said.
You said how many?
30 feet high.
Yeah.
Are we having a meeting or are we having a conversation? Let's know.
All right.
So real quick, we're gonna have a little Tilcon on West Oakland Avenue.
2 acres.
Yeah,
900 tons, that's 2 million pounds a day.
right.
All right, all right.
All right, but listen, you're getting upset, I'm upset, we should all get upset, all right? As residents of Oakland, let's come together, all right? Use your social media, everybody knows somebody, and I would go after the guy who owns the property. But I didn't
So,
say it.
according to the meeting, that when they claimed that the survey prepared in 2015, it was 2.03 acres.
Hello, I'm Valerie Hennessy. I live at 52 Yapo Avenue. I just had a question.
Sure.
The petition, can we send this out in PDF, and do they have to be returned with original signature, or can it be scanned and emailed back
Well,
to you?
we're going to put it on the website, and if you scan it and send it back, I don't know, you think it'll be as effective? As
I
an
mean, there's no
attorney?
legal requirement.
As an
This
attorney.
is not a situation, I mean, they can accept or reject the signatures. It's not a,
We could
They
try,
don't
we
need
could do
to be
both.
notarized.
We'll do
Okay,
both.
approximately, do you have any idea how many signatures you would need, or?
As many as possible.
No
Will it
limit.
make- Will it
No
actually
limit.
make a
No
difference?
limit. It will make a difference
Okay.
because I spoke to
'Cause
somebody
I feel like-
high up, I spoke to somebody
Who'd you
high
speak
up
to,
at
Mayor?
the BCUA, and
Who'd you speak to, Mayor, for the record?
I spoke to somebody anonymously, and he said a petition will be good.
Okay, how can we get this, we have to quickly get this out there.
Yes.
So.
We have 2 weeks.
So, at your office, are you able to post something on all the Oakland, New Jersey websites?
We're going to put it on the website, we'll put it on the Facebook, we'll put it on
Just the
Instagram.
PDF,
I'll
and
put
say,
it
sign
on.
this, and scan and email it back to me, if you can't get over it. Like, some people that don't leave their house, some, you don't know.
Well, it's going to be on our website, so they can just do it, right?
Yeah, but
We'll
not
have to
everybody
work
goes to
out
the
the
website.
logistics.
We have to hit every fact,
We'll
every
figure it out.
possible area we can
We'll
get to.
figure it out.
PDF, you get it electronic.
Where would we return the petitions once we get them signed?
All right, Mayor,
We go in your
Mayor,
office?
Mayor, if I can, so one, you know, in the next day or so, we'll have it up on the website. All right, very easy to just go to the website and fill it out. For those that you know, that want to sign, you can scan it and send it back, you can drop it off at Borough Hall, whatever means works for you, because everything's gonna get scanned in and emailed to the BCUA at the end of the day.
Okay.
anyway.
That's true, that's a good point. That's a good point.
That's right, they're not gonna get original.
Okay, good deal.
Seniors
tomorrow night
or no?
All right.
There's a meeting going on there right now, because we parked over there. I don't know what it is, but there's a meeting.
That didn't count. It didn't. Okay, come on. Andrea Levy, 780 Ramapo Valley Road. Thank you. This is actually roads. We're not getting notified. 2 days in a row, Hiawatha. Closed down, no notification. I actually have clients that I've sold houses to calling me about this. It's not my fault, I swear. And I echo every single word that's been said about the BCUA and the trucks really concern me. And also the fact that, excuse me, it's impervious ground. That doesn't mean that it's not going to get into the well water. It doesn't mean that it's not going to get into Potash Lake or the Ramapo River. That's runoff. It just means it's not going to be absorbed on site. It's going to run off, and much like what your issue is with your landscaping, it's going to land on somebody else's property, and that is absolutely problematic for us. And so I'll keep this short. We said the Arts in Oakland, you mentioned it was canceled. I'm sorry, everybody, I can't control the weather, but we will have something bigger and better in the spring. Mural contest is on the 13th, this Friday. And we have an open mic on October 26th, 7:30 at Real Brave at Copper Tree. The other thing I want to bring up is you're circulating the petition, which I am all for. I have signed, I even created my own petition on this because I feel that strongly about it. My concern is this, folks, there are no knock rules in town. And if we're just going to be going knocking on doors, something that you might want to find out is if that person is on a no-knock list or not, okay? So just a little word of advice there. But the change.org, that's the easiest way to get the petition done. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Ken Geisbers, 35 Lakeview Terrace. First off, the Jerome Avenue grant, do we have a time frame for when that's going to start, complete?
Our engineer will give a report.
Okay. And I'm also going to speak about the recycling as well. Water is the number one issue. That's the bottom line. If we haven't learned anything about contamination about our groundwater from all the publications from Camp in June and other military bases, this is an ongoing issue, we're failing at our job.
Thank you. Thank you for your service.
Thank you, Ken.
John Bialy, 19 Calumet. I just want to thank the mayor for bringing up all the facts. I was on the council, and Pat, I think you were too. 2017, this came up. I was strongly against it then. I'm strongly against it now. And I just want to make something clear because I don't use any of these sites on Facebook where people talk about what's going on in town. But I heard that my name was mentioned because I'm a commissioner with the Northwest Bergen County Utilities Authority. There are two different utility authorities. There's the Northwest, which takes care of 10 towns for sanitary water, and then there's the BCUA in Little Ferry. I'm not part of that. So anyone who wants to hook me up with this, they're out of their crazy minds. So if you're sitting home, twiddling your thumbs, and eating Cheetos, and thinking about stories to make up, if you want to make a story up about me, call me up, I'll give you the facts. I'm very upfront about everything. Once again, I oppose the solid waste landfill. In fact, that should be a state statute that no landfills should have a recycling center where the town uses the water from their aquifers for drinking purposes. That should be number one.
Sole
But the
source.
good news is, it hasn't passed anything yet. Doesn't have DEP permits. I grant you, knowing the DEP, and Rich and I spent a few times down at DEP trying to get things accomplished, they're gonna have a hard time to get anything like this especially when the town folds together and is against it completely. I mean, when you hear from the BCUA officials that they think the petition is a good idea, this is a good thing for us, that everyone's on the same page here. We are not gonna allow this to happen. It won't get through the DEP. I highly doubt they got an exemption from the Highlands. Highly doubt it. So they have a lot of obstacles in front of them, and I bet you they have years of obstacles to deal with before this happens. So thank you so much, appreciate it.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Motion to close?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Mayor, I want to make a motion to suspend the agenda to continue talking about this.
Second?
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
So, we all attended this meeting on September 28th. And quite frankly, it was very disappointing how far along this process has gone. Okay. And here we are, almost 13 days later since that meeting. And Mayor, you have not called an emergency meeting to discuss this as a governing body. So we started digging around because we need to understand how this happened. Okay? How do we get blindsided as a borough from an organization, the BCUA, trying to get approvals, usurping our authority at the local level? Okay? So we started doing is we started digging. We are operating emails at this point in town trying to figure out who had communication with who, okay? I reached out to our borough attorney, and I asked him to draft an emergency resolution. Could you please distribute that throughout to everybody on the dais? Because right now, we have lost 13 days. 13 days. We only have 2 weeks, and Mayor, I don't know why you're slow walking this.
Because before I jump into anything as an attorney, I look for the facts. You jump and then stop. I look for facts and then I move forward. That's why.
May I say something? May I? Chair recognized.
Sure. Want to pass this down?
The borough did have understanding comments being made. I'm holding it in my hand. I obtained this from our borough administrator's file. Dated April 6th. It's a letter to Mr. Sim that was apparently provided to the borough via an email. This letter is a reply to your request for a Highlands applicability determination and water quality management consistency determination based upon the information submitted in the Division of Land Use Regulations Review. It has been determined that the project described below qualifies for the exemption number 4. So the borough has had the exemption in its file.
From 2015.
From 2015. You said we didn't have it.
No, no.
No, that's what you said. I'm not going to debate you. You said it. It's on the record.
No, 2020.
2020, they sent an email to the Borough Oakland Planning Board. This letter is to provide you with the legal notification the application will be submitted to the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection for application for the same exemption for exemption 4. Going through the emails, because I've been doing this all day, the fact of the matter is, they said in an email here, the exemption was attached. It's not in the file, but according to the email, the exemption was attached. So we need to get to the bottom of that.
Exactly.
Okay, no, but the borough, it was an attachment, but it's not there. It's not in the record, it's not in the file, but it's in the email. So we'll get to that. So we have, more than likely, have that because we also have the letter back to them from the Highlands. So the Highlands, and the process is laid out. If it comes under the Highlands exemption, the Highlands people said it does. It also says the project itself comes under their purview. And that they published it, the notice was published. Where's the next door neighbor? Who's the next door neighbor?
Right here.
Okay, they said the notice was published, okay, on their website, according to their rules, that they determined that this was essentially a minor project. It wasn't major. And into the water question, according to their previous exemption, the water's supposed to go into seepage pits on their property or a septic system.
Whose website did they
Well, it's
publish it on?
it's under the Highlands the Highlands Board's website, and they lays out the process.
Wait.
I'm explaining. It explains that you have 30 days, et cetera, but that's really on the borough. I mean, the borough generally, we're in the Highlands area. We generally monitor those things, and that's what we should be doing. That's not the point. The point is we have to do something. We have to do something. I mean, we have to do something now. Okay?
What is the exemption?
Well, I think that goes to the resolution, and I didn't mean to interrupt you, Eric.
That's
I'm
okay.
sorry, but I just, discovered this today, so.
What's the exemption that's in that email? What's number 4?
I'm sorry, what's the question?
What's number 4? What's the
Well,
exemption?
okay, yeah, I'll read it to you. Exemption number 4, which establishes whether reconstruction of any building or structure for any reason within 125% of the footprint of the lawfully existing impervious surfaces on the site, provided that the reconstruction does not increase the lawfully existing impervious surface by 1/4 acre or more. That's it. Now, they reapplied because there was some ambiguity on whether or not this was going to be a Class B recycling center. And they provided us in their application, the estimation of trucks is 30 to 40 a day. And someone said the tonnage is nine.
They said 900.
900 according to the application. But also, someone else raised another point, and that is that they own property up there. And from what I understand with these things, sometimes the camel's nose is under the tent. And once they get it on
What does
one.
that mean?
Well, once they get it on one property, if they're owning property up there, you know, they may want to try to buy the next door neighbor, for example. And then, you know, and then expand their operations from there. So this is not a good thing for Oakland, on any such imagination. And I'll leave the resolution to.
But wasn't
whoever.
this, they did
Yeah.
get the exemption in 2015, and that was one of the questions I asked them.
No, but you
at
said
the
we
hearing.
didn't,
No.
it was stated that we didn't have the exemption. We do
I
have. Well,
said-
well, it
That's
doesn't
not
matter
what
what
I
you
said.
said, we have it. It doesn't matter
The
what you said.
2020
But
exemption,
according to the emails, we have that too, but we have to find it.
but we
okay?
don't have it.
Well, I don't know, because it's an attachment to an email, but it's not in the
He's
record.
reading a letter from 2020.
I'm reading a letter from 2020.
From whom to whom?
John, it's right here.
No. No,
It
that-
is from the Engineering and Land Planning Associate to the Borough of Oakland on Highlands.
It's also an email from January 15th, 2020.
Right.
Okay, sent at 10:54 from James Humphreys from the Highlands to Steve Lyden regarding subject matter, Oakland Materials LLC Highlands application. So the idea that this was like lost since 2016 or 2015, the borough's got some emails here from 2020 with the apparent application and with the exemption. We have to, now I don't know why the exemption's not in the file, but it says it's here according to the email. And that's just what the facts are, because someone said, you want to know the facts, these are the facts. No one's pointing any fingers, it's just, this is where we are. And we need to act now.
Yes.
Yep.
We need to act now, not tomorrow, I'm sorry, yesterday or 13 days ago, we need action now. And we need to stop it.
Mayor?
We just.
Mayor?
Yes.
I'd like to read the resolution out loud and introduce
I
it.
will read the resolution.
I'm gonna read it, Mayor.
I will, excuse
It
me.
says, Mayor, I have the floor.
You're out of order.
I
You're
have the
out of
floor.
order. I
Mayor, if
am
you
the
were so
mayor right
interested,
now.
if you were so interested in this, you would have done something.
Excuse me.
I will read the resolution.
Accusations. Stop making
Point
innuendos.
of order.
You didn't do it. It was McCann who did it.
No, I didn't,
Councilman McCann And the attorney. I
did
will
not-
read the resolution.
Excuse me, Mayor, excuse me. I didn't see this resolution until just now. So don't tell me I wrote it.
I just see you wrote it. I said you did it.
I didn't do it. Well,
Well, the
what's the
attorney,
difference?
the attorney
No, I
did it.
didn't.
Who contacted you?
Mayor, I contacted our borough
He just
attorney.
said he contacted. So
I
you wanna get
contacted
your facts
Mr.
right.
Gilson at the last minute.
I don't know how
because-
you didn't know about this.
Why
All right.
wasn't I informed?
Why did you not know about this?
The
You work
resolution-
for the county. You have a job with the county,
So
okay?
did you at this time, at that time.
Yeah, but I wasn't here. I wasn't here. You had a job with the county. This is being done by the BCOA. Your party
It's
is
not,
doing this.
excuse me,
Yes, it is.
it's not political, it's both
It's not
sides don't
political.
want it.
It's
The
not
BCO, the BCU, get your back.
Who
straight.
makes the appointments to the BCUA?
BCUA is not the one who's making the application.
No.
It is a private company.
By the way, on that point, okay, what we did learn, one more thing, well, here's what we learned. The freeholder board in Bergen County, the freeholder board in Bergen County, as she pointed out a few minutes ago, indicated that there was no action taken on this application.
From the commissioners.
Well, at the time, they were freeholders.
Freeholders.
Okay? Now, if they took no action on something, okay, generally speaking, it dies within the year.
It did.
Okay, well, no, that's not what they claimed at the hearing. They claimed at the hearing, it's the same application. And the freeholders have to hear it twice, not once, under the process. So it is political. It is political.
Read your resolution.
All right, Resolution 23. Resolution to authorize litigation regarding proposed recycling center. Whereas Oakland Materials LLC has made an application to Bergen County Utilities Authority to amend the Bergen County District Solid Waste Management Plan to permit a Class B recycling facility at 342 West Oakland Avenue in the Borough of Oakland. Whereas the borough, through its professional planner, has asserted this is not permitted use in the industrial I zone. And whereas the borough desires to authorize the borough attorney to seek an injunction seeking to prevent any further actions by the BCUA or the Bergen County Board of Commissioners until such time as Oakland Materials LLC receives the requisite site plan and municipal approvals to operate such a facility. And whereas the borough authorizes an additional $10,000 to the contract of the borough attorney to institute such action. Now therefore it is resolved by the mayor and Borough Council of Oakland and the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, and Borough Attorney is hereby authorized to institute the necessary actions to enjoin the BCUA, Bergen County Board of Commissioners, and any other relevant agencies from taking any additional action on the proposed Class B recycling center at 342 West Oakland Ave until such time as any and all necessary local approvals are obtained. Be it further resolved that the contract of the borough attorney shall be adjusted by $10,000 to institute this litigation.
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
Councilman McCann?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Councilman Saliani?
Yes.
Councilman Slasinski?
Yes.
Councilman Talamini?
Yes.
In the meantime, because it's still a ripe issue, please continue with the petitions and please continue with the letters of opposition.
Mayor, just a couple more comments. I've been in contact with our council people in Pompton Lakes. Their mayor is now aware of it. We're also working with Wanacue and Riverdale to make them, are gonna start spreading it further up. Because if these dump trucks are weight limited on Skyline Drive coming down, which means it's gonna affect them coming down Colfax Avenue as well, and it's also a bordering town as well. We've also made contact with Assemblyman Auth, who attended the meeting. He's going to be writing letters of support. So is Senator Shapizi. We're going to contact her. Working through our colleagues in Pompton Lakes, we're going to lobby their state assembly people and senators as well to write letters of support condoning this plan. So we're working hard. And also, we were going around talking to residents. We made the gentleman here, Peter's Auto Body, aware of it. I see other people in the audience. We made contact with them, so we're asking people that, yes, please come out, support us, and we're doing everything we possibly can, but this is a good first step to stop the process, at least buy us some time while we figure out what we can do.
And continue writing the letters, continue with the petition, and I will find out why Bob Orth, now I know why Assemblyman Orth did not call me back.
Thank you, Mayor.
He was sick.
Okay. Engineers report. Are you leaving?
Tim, thanks, Mayor. There was a question with regard to Jerome Avenue, and that is a stormwater upgrade replacement. Lakeview Terrace will be done first. We're working from the downstream, working upward. That's currently in design right now. I'm guessing maybe in about 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a month, it'll be out to bid. And then construction, we could start in the wintertime, something like that, if it stays mild.
And it'll be paved?
Yeah, so I'll have a better idea at the next council meeting. I have to check with my individuals back at the office. And then, Mayor, with regard to Patriots Way Bridge, I talked with Rich Coons, the administrator, today. We're targeting receipt of bids on November 21st and an award for the first meeting in December. So that's further news with regard to the Patriots Way Bridge.
The environmental.
Yes, that's been approved and that's behind us. I have nothing else. Mayor, continue with the meeting.
Alman Brook.
Oh, yes. So Almond Brook, we're trying to expedite that. To give some context to the situation, we have in our office about 40 very similar projects with FEMA approval. We've tried desperately with the DEP to get an emergency for that work. The DEP will not declare an emergency for the replacement of the Gabion wall. I talked with Kevin Boswell today about expediting that. He has 39 other clients that are asking him the same thing. I have a commitment for 1 month from our design group that Kevin is aware of. And at that point, the design documents will be submitted to the DEP. In the meantime, I'm doing regular inspections. I inspected the wall today. I would say that in the 2 years since that it has not collapsed but settled, the wall is stable. There's no signs of additional distress from its settlement from 2 years ago from Ida, and we will continue to monitor it, and we will get the documents in as soon as possible. Our documents are roughly 40 to 50% complete at this time. If the Flood Commission wishes me to attend a meeting and explain the processes of priorities, I'll be more than happy to do that, Mayor.
And could you give an update on Walnut Street?
Oh, so with regard to Walnut Street, yes, I'm sorry. Sheila and I talk maybe once or twice.
No, first, one at the driveway on top.
101.
Oh, the driveway,
101,
yes,
then
when
we'll
the
go down
contractor
towards-
comes in to do Seminole, we will be resurfacing the driveway before the winter months.
I don't
Um, That's not you, Sheila.
Yeah,
That's
my
101.
driveway is labeled Walnut Street and it hasn't been surfaced. I paid for it.
No, a different issue.
I know.
Okay, so your issue, Sheila, I've talked with the property maintenance officer. Unfortunately, your neighbor just went crazy with bringing in dirt and causing a whole host of problems. So as I explained to you, I'm working with the property maintenance officer and the zoning officer to corral them in. I've talked with the resident. The resident has given me his assurance that he will do anything that I tell him to do. That was his exact words. But it's a process, and I would say, absent of the person's pool, which was an emergency, and that area that that person worked was in the public right-of-way, we had the Oakland Department of Public Works do some emergency work there to prevent the water from going into the person's pool. So we acted as quickly as possible. I met with that person several times, and you know, the emergency situation was averted. The flooding that's occurring now in your property is no peril to your residents or to the house. And so we also have encroachments into borough property from that residence. So we have a whole host of issues that that resident has violated.
John, do we
Yes.
have any soil ordinance in town about?
We do, we do. And then-
About how much you can bring in, how much you can take out?
Yes, and that person bypassed and did all this work.
And changed the
without
grade and
Yes.
all that? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you.
Mr. Kemick, I have one more question, because we didn't finish with Element real quick. You said there was a 30 days. When did that period start?
30 days today.
Okay.
You told me last meeting, it started about a month ago.
Well, like I said, I brought it to the attention of Kevin. We're short on resources. The wall is stable, it's not an emergency, there's no peril to the septic system there. It's remained stable for 2 years at this point.
All right, wait.
Can I ask a question, please, bro? Could you give us a completion date on the engineering so we have a hard line?
It would be a month that it would go to the DEP, and then the DEP takes up to 90 days to approve the
So
permit.
your work will be done a month from today?
That is correct, and Kevin wrote that down, and he's going to abide by that schedule.
Councilman Kamala, Mr. Kemick just promised me updates weekly on.
Okay.
I guess it's break time. Thank you for coming. Okay. We're up to the approval of minutes, and we lost the councilman. He's gone. Approval of the minutes of September 27, 2023.
So moved?
I'll second.
Any comments? If not, roll call.
Councilman Kamala,
Yes.
McCann,
No, we got it.
Pignatelli,
Yes.
Saliani,
Yes.
Slasinski,
Yes?
Talamini.
Yes.
Make them that you left.
I'm good.
Okay. Executive session minutes from September 27th. If there's going to be any corrections, it must be done in executive session. There a motion to approve.
So moved?
I'll second.
Will there be any changes? Roll call.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
Councilman McCann? Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Councilman Saliani?
Yes.
Councilman Slasinski?
Yes.
Councilman Talamini?
Yes.
Approve the social affairs permit for the Oakland Elks Lodge, 2167.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Authorize raffle license 1465 PTO Valley Middle School on December 2nd. There
So
a
moved.
motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Authorize raffle license 1466 PTO Valley Middle School, December 2nd.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And we have another appointment. For the Public Events Committee, Deb Butterer, who used to be on Access for All, so thank you. And now she would like to be on the Public Events Committee, which is great, and we have an opening. And want to make a motion?
I'm so moved.
Nebraska,
Second.
Joint Committee? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Welcome aboard.
All right. We have resolutions. I'm told we're pulling out 23-296 to amend it. Is that correct?
Appoint
That's
the
for
acting borough clerk.
Acting borough clerk. I was asked to pull it out. 23-290 is cancel grant balances. 23-291 is authorized request for qualifications. So each year, there are certain jobs that are annual appointments, and they have to fill out a request for qualifications. Authorize, this is 23-292, authorize the lien at 29 River Road for maintenance. 23-293 is authorized lien at 81 Lakeview Terrace, once again for property maintenance. 23-294 accrued timeout for Michael Corelli, who used to be a borough clerk. He's now the borough administrator in Pompton Lakes. And the accrued time is $356.16. 23-295 is authorized execution of the Municipal Alliance Grant Agreement. And 23-296 is the one that's being pulled out. 23-297 is to authorize the purchase of rock salt through the 2023 New Jersey Cooperative Purchasing Alliance pricing system. 23-298, amend contract with CGPH, the Oakland Borough Housing Rehabilitation Contract. 23-299, award contract to Boswell Engineering for major modification water allocation permit 5199, $22,000 for preparation, $18,000 for meetings. 23-300 is to authorize refunds of water payments to Patrick Began, 13 Rampa Valley Road, Unit 10, the amount of $407.10. 23-301 is Chapter 159, CDBG Jerome Avenue Sewer Improvements, that's the grant. And 23-302 is Chapter 159, the Senior Center Improvements for the Senior Center. 23-303, authorize the separation agreement between KP Employment with the Borough of Oakland and United Public Service Employees Union have agreed to resolve such matters. And this is the separation agreement with an employee. 23-304 is a resolution condemning Hamas and the support of Israel. And 23-305, the resolution authorizing adoption of the interlocal service sewage agreement. Is there any else you wish pulled out? Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
Councilman McCann?
And you're amending?
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Councilman Saliani?
Yes.
Councilman Slasinski?
Yes.
Okay,
Councilman Talamini?
Yes.
okay. 23, resolution 23-296, appoint an acting borough clerk. Whereas a vacancy exists in the position of municipal clerk due to resignation, and be resolved that the deputy clerk Wendy Seelan be appointed as acting municipal clerk up to 1 year appointment effective October 2nd, 2023, at an annual salary of $70,000 in accordance with provisions of NJSA 48:9-133. There a motion to?
So moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Councilman Kamali?
Yes.
Councilman McCann? Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Gone.
Councilman Saliani?
Abstain.
Councilman Slasinski?
Yes.
Councilman Talamini?
Yes. Thank
So,
you.
yeah, he didn't vote. McCann, he's out.
Right, I put
He's
absent.
absent.
I put absent for him.
Final adoption, 23 bond 929. It's a bond ordinance to amend sections 4, 7, 8, 10, 11 of the bond ordinance to authorize the making of various public improvements in, by, and for the water utility of the Borough of Oakland, to appropriate the sum of $3,600,000, to pay for the cost thereof, to authorize the issuance of bonds, to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds adopted on April 12th, 2023. Is there a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Does anyone wish to speak
Yeah. I know.
on this?
This is just on the bond.
I'm sorry?
Just on this bond
On the
ordinance?
bond, oh,
I was wondering,
James Bond?
yes, close,
So moved.
to close.
To move, yes.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamali?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Councilman Saliani?
Yes.
Councilman Slasinski?
Yes.
Councilman Talamini?
Yes.
Is there anything under work session? New business? Old business? Council committee? Councilman Talamini?
Sure. We got the Halloween parade on October 28th. One of my favorite events of the year for the public events. We're gonna line up at 9:30 for the access for all. So don't get, and then 9:45 for the rest, for the rest of everyone line up. That's what we thought. Later? Late, so like,
We're not walking.
okay,
We're gonna be down at the library at 9:30.
9:30?
Just be with the cars and
All right,
quiet.
so 9:30, access for all, quiet, down by the cars. And then the lineup, I was told 9:45 for the parade down at Valley Middle. And then if it does rain, the event will be inside Valley Middle School. So it's rain or shine, the event. And there'll be trick or trunk, there'll be pumpkins, there'll be the maze, the typical stuff that we do. It's really a fun event. You get to see everybody dressed up. Sometimes you even see a councilman dressed up. That's always a fun event. November 4th is Truck Day. That's at the library.
Touch a truck?
I didn't have a time. Do you have a time on that? But
No, I didn't
as
say
it gets
that.
closer, I'll give more information on that. But
It's usually morning.
Yeah, that's always fun. The kids go there, they get to climb on the trucks, climb in them, honk the horn, have some fun.
And it's in the municipal lot.
In the municipal.
yeah.
And then,
Is access for all participating at all?
It's gonna be very loud,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So,
because they blow the air horn constantly, and I had a headache for 3 hours last time I did it, so I don't do it anymore.
and then again, public events, we could always use more members, and then just thank you to Access for All. It has been a wonderful mesh. I just think it's made the events that much better and improved the quality of life for
Water?
many people in the town. Thank you again. And then finance, we're going to have a meeting on October 18th to go over the budget for the year and anything else else that has been going on financially. And I think that's it, Mayor. Thank you.
So you don't know what time the truck day?
No, next meeting I'll
Touch a truck, touch a truck.
Touch a truck?
That's what they call it, touch a truck.
Touch a truck.
And an air horn.
Councilman Calamini.
All I have is a planning board meeting tomorrow, and that's the end of my report.
Thank you. Councilman Pignatelli.
Did anybody hear the word petition tonight? When I was at the senior citizen building and I told them I was coming here for this meeting with the BCUA, they immediately said, well, we're gonna sign a petition. I'm thinking to myself, there's no way you're gonna get 70 people to sign a petition in 10 minutes. 10 minutes flat, it was done. The senior citizens submitted the
they're great.
first, they submitted the very first petition instantly. I applaud them for their enthusiasm and their quick response to this outrageous proposal that we are all 100% against. And thank you all for signing the petition and coming out and voicing your opinion, because that's what we need to hear. Thank you, Mayor.
Do you want to
And
mention Fire
October
Prevention Week?
19th.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, we just had
Yesterday?
Fire Prevention Week. Yesterday, we handed out the plaques to all the children who won the poster contest. Again, there was a packed room, 50, 60, 70 people. A lot of fun, had a lot of displays out back, and everybody walked away with a smile.
And you didn't
Oh, and
thank
a
the
hat.
ladies auxiliary for
And the ladies
snacks.
auxiliary.
They always come through, the ladies auxiliary of the fire department.
Yes, I just wish they had decaf coffee at 9
No, they
o'clock
had
at
coffee.
night.
It was hot chocolate, but the hot chocolate was excellent.
Yeah. But thank you to the ladies auxiliary. We always appreciate their help because they always put the final touch. The men do a pretty good job, but the women put the final touch on it. Thank you.
And you didn't mention bingo next week.
Bingo,
Senior
yeah,
citizen.
well, I mentioned it last week, yeah.
19th.
October
19th.
19th in the afternoon.
Yep. Thank you.
And we'll
Thank
have
you.
more petitions there.
Thank you. That's it for me.
We're missing Councilman McCampbell. We'll go to Councilman.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Quick update from the library tonight. Programs at the library continue to go well. On Monday at 10 a.m., they will show their favorite foreign films, which is Rams 2015 Iceland, in the meeting room. Also on Monday at 6:30, they will have The Search for Bigfoot, a program about one man's encounter with Bigfoot and the progress he has made in attempting to track this creature down ever since. They also have a program open to all ages on Monday, the 23rd, Understanding AI at 6 p.m. This is a place for people to come in and have a conversation about artificial intelligence and its impact, both real and imagined, on society. They will have a moderator and discussion leader to help keep the conversation on topic. The outstanding Ramapo Valley Chamber Ensemble will once again be live on the library stage on Sunday, October 29th at 3 p.m. They continue to have all of their regular scheduled times and music programs, so check their website for registration and get details on their website. That's it.
Thank you. Councilman?
For Oakland Recreation, wrestling registration is open till October 20th, 2023. Information is on the website. For the event that was canceled, and we've talked about it in all over social media, I do want to thank everyone who's, the Recreation Commission and everyone who's trying to put that event together. I know it got moved to April. I know a lot of hard work between bands and people, so I appreciate everyone's effort there. And just want to say thank you, and I'm looking forward to a good opening in the spring. I was on that committee for a long time, and I still remember I was in a meeting with Mr. Guadagnino, and we said, oh, this park will be open in a year. I think that was 10 years ago.
Government.
There's no flood commission this week. Shade Tree Commission is looking for 2 new members, so please, can't wait to talk to you after the meeting, and we'll get you on. And that's my report. And one quick thing, I don't like to bring national and international news into local politics. I'm actually really against it, but I do think we should all send thoughts and prayers to innocent people involved with Israel. Also, there's people in Bergen County. Everyone knows my son plays competitive soccer. We know people in Tenafly who has a family affected. So just remember, even though it happened far away, there are people in Bergen County who are being affected by this. So keep them in your thoughts and prayers.
Thank you. Motion to open to the public.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wish to speak?
John Yukemic. Last
Right.
council meeting, I met with you private, right there.
What's your name?
Oh, I'm
Oh, Charlie the Palmer.
Charlie
Alvin
Palmer,
Brook.
40 Nokomis Ave.
Thank you.
I met with you there. Russ Talamini was there and heard everything. You said it was, this application process was already started. You said you had 30 days, you were in the middle of it, you told me I got 2 weeks to go. Today, you said it starts today. Why? Here's another question for you, John. August 17, 2022, Resolution 22-246 was passed. Everybody here voted for it. That was from FEMA, giving us $104,000 to fix the property. Why hasn't the application been put in before? You've had since August 17th. When did you inspect my property? Oh, better yet, where did you inspect my property from?
All right, he'll meet with you afterwards.
I can't count on what he says to me privately. I'd like
Well,
him to
there'll
put
be
it
a
on the
witness.
record.
There'll be a witness.
Charlie, I'll sit in the meeting.
Thank you. Yeah,
Andrea Levy, 780 Ramapur Valley
Charlie,
Road.
there'll be a witness.
get rid of him.
I actually didn't intend on coming up again. I got everything out earlier that I needed to, but honestly, the behavior that went on before was just, again, unacceptable. I thought we got past all this and we were working together for the town. And I mean, honestly, the grandstanding, you know, you are all on the same page with the BCUA. Okay, with that situation. Nobody here is for it. Everybody's against it. Yet you guys are working against each other. I don't like that. That's not the way it should be. You should all be working together for us. That's your job, and this has to end. Done.
Carrie Serenides, 41 Sue. Wendy knows how to spell my last name like a champ. So just to piggyback off of Councilman Talamini, our Access for All is planning on being at the Halloween parade. The parade is going to start 9:45 up at Valley Middle School.
At the front doors, you don't with the front?
Yeah, however, Access for All is going to be down at the bottom, in the library parking lot, hopefully if it's sunny, in the library parking lot so that our kids and adults and whoever who has sensory issues or auditory issues can just be in a quiet setting, walk around the cars and things without the public and the other children being there. Yeah.
What time do you want those to?
9:30.
Same time they're up top?
Right, so they have a full half an hour by the time the rest of the kids, and then they can stay if they want to, or they can leave once the
Thank you.
general public gets there. So I just want to make that, and I'm working on a flyer. It'll be out soon, and I'll get it out to
Great,
everybody.
then let me know and I'll publicize it.
Absolutely, I'll get it to you.
Thank you.
And then just one last thing, just talking about grandstanding. I just absolutely did not like somebody's running, Mr. Bialy, who talked about sitting at home eating Cheetos. I just, on an Access for All level, I just think that is so rude. You have no idea why somebody's at home watching these meetings, can't be here, and I just thought that was very inconsiderate for him to say. So, thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Bills to be paid.
Bills to be paid, $835,759.76. So moved.
Second.
If you read the bills list, you can vote. Any questions? Roll call. You're gonna give me the bills list.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Councilman Saliani?
Yes.
And Councilman Sasinski?
Yes.
Councilman Talamini?
Yes.
Motion to close?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is closed, it's adjourned, and the next meeting is Wednesday, October 25th. Please get me those petitions before that date. Everything helps. Everything helps. And thank you for all your help.
Mayor, the finance committee next, right? We're not moving that meeting? Because we moved around a few times, I'm trying to set my schedule.